Hi everyone, welcome to Simple Concepts. I'm your educator Niyati Pearl. Guys, this particular lecture is the part 2 of e-governance in India, concepts, initiatives and issues. So हमारे प्रीवियस लेक्चर में हमने एम गवर्नेंस तक डिस्कस किया था. सो वी विल इस आगे आने वाले लेक्चर में हम रिमेनिंग स्लाइड्स डिस्कस करेंगे. सो बिफोर वी एक्चुअली स्टार्ट अप विद द लेक्चर, लेट मी टेल यू ऑल, हम जो भी वीडियोस में टॉपिक्स जो भी डिस्कस कर रहे हैं उनके सारे नोट्स अगर आपको चाहिए हो इन द पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट, then you can join our telegram group. The link of the group is given in the description below. Having said that, let's start today's lecture. Let us now know about the government initiatives for M-governance. The first and the only one is the Mobile Seva. It aims to provide government services to the people through mobile phones and tablets. It has been developed as a core infrastructure for enabling the availability of public services through the mobile device. So, Mobile Seva enables for integration of mobile platforms with common e-governance infrastructure consisting of state data centers, that is SDES, or SWANs, that is state wide area networks, state and national service delivery gateways, which we can also call as SSDGS or NSDG. So, here are the advantages of e-governance which you can see on your computer screen. First one is the awareness on when the awareness on government does online. At that time, this is the core element of 21st century, wherein we can have knowledge based economy or the society, which enhances the increased productivity, which creates a stronger economy. Also, the knowledge based economic society enables better informed connected citizens, which enables a stronger society, and when we have stronger society, it also ensures a stronger economy and vice versa. So, speaking about e-governance, the advantages of e-governance, first one is the speed. So, technology makes communication speeder, and internet, phones, cell phones have reduced the time taken in normal communication. Second one is cost reduction. So, most of the government expenditure is appropriated towards the cost of stationery. That is, paper-based communication needs lots of stationery, printers, computers, etc., which calls for continuous heavy expenditure. Internet and phone makes communication cheaper, saving valuable money for the government. The next one is the transparency. So, use of ICT makes governing process transparent. Also, the information of government would be made available on internet. The citizens can see the information whenever they want to see. But this is only possible when every piece of information of government is uploaded on the internet and it is available for the public to pursue. Current governing process leaves many ways to conceal the information from all the people. The ICT helps make the information available online, eliminating all possibilities of concealing of information. Next one is accountability. So once the governing process is made transparent, the government is automatically made accountable. Accountability is answerability of the government to the people. It is the answerability for the deeds of the government. An accountable government is responsible government. Next one is convenience. So e-government brings up public services to citizens on their schedule and their venue. Improved customer services also, it is like e-governance allows to redeploy resources from back-end processing to the front line of customer services. Next one is increased access to the information. So e-government improves the accessibility of government information to citizens, allowing it to become an important resource in making the decisions that affect daily life, and so it helps the empowerment of the citizens. Now let us understand the disadvantages of e-governance. So, electronic governments also consist of certain disadvantages. Main disadvantage is an electronic government is to move government services into electronic based system. So, this system loses to the person to person interaction, which is valued by a lot of people. In addition, the implementation of an e-government service is that With many technology based services, it is often easy to make the excuse that is, the server has gone down. So the problems with service providers are because of the technology. The implementation of an e-government does not have certain constraints. Literacy of the user and ability to use the computer. Users who do not know how to read and write would need an assistant. An example would be the senior citizens. In general, senior citizens do not have much computer education and they would have to approach a customer service officer for assistance. And also in case of rural people, it gives scope for middlemen who distort the information. Studies have shown that there is a potential for a reduction of this usability of government online due to the factors such as access to internet technology and usability services and the ability to access the computers. Even though level of confidence in the security offered by government websites are high, the public are still concerned over the security, fear of spam for providing email addresses, the government retention of transaction or interaction history. There has been growing concern about the privacy of data being collected as a part of UID project. The security of cyberspace and misuse of data is still holding back the citizens to full adoption of the Aadhaar card. Now let us understand what are the challenges that are there in the e-governance. So basically, there are large numbers of potential barriers in the implementation of governance. Some hindrance in the path of implementation are like security, unequal access to computer technology to the citizens, high initial cost for setting up e-government solution, and resistance to change. So the challenges identified are trust, resistance to change, digital divide, cost and privacy and security concerns. Speaking about trust, trust can be defined along two dimensions, as an assessment of current situation or as an innate personality trait or predisposition. So the implementation of public administration functions via e-government, it requires presence of two levels of trust. The first is that the user must be confident, comfortable and trusting of the tool or technology with which they will interact. And the second dimension of trust pertains to trust of the government. There has to be a balance between ensuring that system prevents fraudulent transaction and the burden that extensive check can be placed on people who are honest. Recently, confidential information on military veterans was compromised when computer containing their personal information was lost. This type of incident can erode trust and user confidence in government systems. Trust along with financial security are two critical factors limiting the adoption of e-government services. Second one is the resistance to change. So the innovation diffusion theory states that over time an innovation will diffuse through a population and the rate of adoption will vary between those who adopt early, referred to as early adopters, and to those who adopt the innovation much later, referred to as laggards. So the resistance to change phenomenon can explain much of the hesitation that occurs on the part of constituents in moving from paper-based to a web-based system for the interaction with government. Citizens, employees and business can all have their bias with respect to how transactions should be processed. However, government entities and public policy administrators cannot ignore the change that occurs as a result of implementation of information and communication technology, that is ICT. Education about value of new systems is one step forward, reducing some of the existence resistance. It can also be particularly useful for the leader or manager to buy into new system at an early stage in the adoption process. Now, speaking about digital divide, the digital divide refers to the separation that exists between individual, communities and business that have access to information technology and those that do not have such access. Social, economic, infrastructural and ethno-linguistic indicators provide explanations for the presence of digital divide. Economic poverty is closely related to limited information technology resources. An individual living below poverty line does not afford a computer for himself to harness the benefits of e-government and other online services. As digital divide narrows broader adoption of e-government in the public domain, it becomes possible. Economic poverty is not the only cause of digital divide. It can also be caused by the lack of awareness among people. Even some of the economic stable people don't know about their scope of e-governance. Awareness can only help to bring users that service delivery channel once. It cannot guarantee sustained use of system unless the system is also designed in such a way as to deliver satisfactory outcome. Procedures need to be simplified to deliver concrete benefits of clear guidance to encourage their use by actual end users and reduce users' dependence on middlemen intermediaries. Next one is the cost. So cost is one of the most important prohibiting factors that comes in the path of e-governance implementation, particularly in developing countries like India, where most of the people are living below poverty line. Elected officers and politicians do not seem to be interested in implementing e-governance. Speaking about privacy and security, there will be three basic level of access exist for e-government stakeholders. There is no access to web service, limited access to web service, or full access to the web service. However, when personal sensitive data exists, the information of the security access policy is much more complex process with legal consideration. With the implementation of e-government projects, effective measures must be taken to protect sensitive personal information. A lack of clear security standards and protocols can limit the development of projects that contain sensitive information such as income and the medical history. So guys, let us now conclude and summarize this entire topic. So we have seen how the concept of e-governance and m-governance has evolved in Indian scenario and how much it is required for transparency and accountability on the part of government, and at the same time it is also a toil to increase the participation of people in policy making by empowering them with the right information at the right time. The penetration of internet telecommunication service in India has increased in the last decade, and this gives a ray of hope to the citizens of India to fight with long persisting problems of poverty, corruption, regional disparity and unemployment. But at the same time, due to slow pace of project completion, red tape and resistance from the side of government employee and citizens too, has not given a desired result. So guys, that's all for this particular class. If you like this video, do hit the like button. If you are new to us, if you are new to our platform, then do hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell so that you can get notified every time we are on YouTube. That's all for this class, guys. Thank you so much. Take care.